Welcome to the Wheel Reads. It's gonna be awkward doing this live. I'm going to start getting used to recording live with my co-hosts because we're going to start doing video on at least some of our episodes. Moving forward through the Shadow Rising, we will be live, not always together like this, but we will be remotely videoing in. And those, unless we have guests on, obviously if guests don't want to be on video, then they don't have to be on video. So with that being said, I'm going to jump right into some of the housekeeping things. We do have one new patron. That would be Farilax. Yeah, so thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Twitter.
Farilax.
Yeah. Cheers. To Twitter, we're almost at 1,300 Twitter followers. I think we're like 10 away. So if you're watching this YouTube and you don't follow us on Twitter, or if you're not on Twitter, create an account right now and go follow us. So
Yeah. That's where Alan's most active, is on Twitter.
it is where I'm most active. I do post on Facebook, but just basically here's the episode. Obviously we have YouTube going. I have lots of videos I'm updating and editing and putting out soon. So that's going to be coming. And we have a guest next week. So next week we have one of our patrons, Mike from Watt Credits. That's his tag name on Twitter. He's one of our patrons. He will be joining us for the second episode of The Shadow Rising. So looking forward to that. And then as far as for housekeeping, so I guess we'll just go into personal life. Whatever. So one thing I did want to talk about, I know you guys have read through chapter 1, and without getting into too much details on the chapter, because we're going to talk about all that, where do you think we're going with this book? I know we talked about it a little bit at the end of last episode, but you guys wanted to meet the Aiel. Now that you're kind of dove in this book, and we kind of probably went a whole different direction than you thought we were going to be going.
So many doors just got opened. That's a mean question. Your dark friend right off the bat with that question.
That's what I do.
Well, see, I'm slightly confused, though, because of the timeline. We're not getting into it, but I don't know where everything is already in the timeline. So we may be going as forward as we want to be, but we won't know for 3 or 4 chapters because we may be stepping back in time before we go forward.
I did have that question.
Yeah.
I doubt dark friend Alan will answer it, but it is possible we're kind of before where the last book ended. We could be after it. It could be.
I would like to see this as a book where it picks up 3 months before where we're at right now, and then it talks about what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, and
then
then keeps running.
all the other figures, and then in the 5th book, then it'll pick up.
So let's go ahead and jump right into this chapter. So we're covering just chapter 1 tonight. So only one chapter. We're doing chapter 1, which is called Seeds of the Shadow? Seeds of the Shadow. And we start with a really, really nice quote. You guys want to read it?
I'll go for it.
Go for it.
I'm not as sensual as Chris, but from commentaries on the Corinth cycle, Serlana Shamalama Morasha, council sister to Kamalama, High Queen of Jolarama, circa 325 AB.
You know what he means.
Boy, this internet's really glitching because I nailed that. The shadow shall rise across the world and darken every land, even to the smallest corner, and there shall be neither light nor safety. And he who shall be born of the dawn, born of the maiden, according to prophecy, he shall stretch forth his hand to catch the shadow, and the world shall scream in the pain of salvation. All glory be to the Creator, and to the light, and to he who shall be born again. May the light save us from him. In nomine Patri Filii Spiritus Sancti.
Now, shadow is the absence of light, right?
What do you think about the italicized A, Chris? It's lowercase and italicized. A beginning.
Good
Same
question.
thoughts?
I haven't seen the book. I just listened. This is where it's really bad.
It's the same A. It's the same one we've been dabbling with.
In every book, it's italicized.
It's not the beginning, it's A
It's
beginning.
It's A beginning.
Because there are many beginnings in the wheel, because the wheel never ends.
Yeah.
Because there's no beginning or end in the wheel.
Wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
But the wind did come from a different direction. It came from the... Well, think about it. How long it took them to get from, let's look at our maps. They left the Mountains of Mist right here, and they went to Tyr. Men went this way to Tar Valon. It's a little bit longer of a hike.
Yeah, because that would be the hypotenuse, so it's definitely longer.
A little bit longer of a hike than it takes them to get to Tyr.
I'm relearning geometry, so
Did you
sidebar.
just hypotenuse me?
Sidebar, Chris is teaching geometry in 8th grade math. Chris sucks at geometry. I literally had anxiety over teaching the kids anxiety. I mean, wow.
Dropping
Geometry.
Words, dropping words like hypotenuse. If you're going to curse my mother out, be careful. She's in the other room.
Yeah. But he's more concerned about the three girls. You know, have you seen Elaine, Egwene, Nynaeve, and
Men
man flips out.
And
He's
it's
like,
like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
No, she's not that feminine. It's more like, what did you say?
why am I being the punching bag here, guys?
He's in the middle.
This video thing was his idea.
Please.
Not in person.
You didn't know this was a puppet show. What do you mean?
Words are important,
Elaine.
guys.
Yeah, they're very important.
So important.
Especially for me, syntax is like king. And I mean, if Elaine and Gawain end up being on opposing sides of our Taviran, to what purpose? For what reason?
So
Who
if-
gets warped?
If someone's going to decimate something, deci it means by 10. So that means 10% is destroyed, which is pretty bad. However, if you're going to obliterate someone, that comes from the term oblivion, which means destroy entirely to oblivion.
What does it
People
mean if I'm gonna...
misuse that word all the time. Yeah, there you go.
Never traded.
Although we're still dumb enough to like approach with our chest puffed out, and this
We
is
do.
the most exposed move. You
So
can
the
do.
next time on A Way with Words on NPR.
I love that, by the way.
Oh, it's a great
I do
show.
like Wait.
It's a great show.
Lowercase a, italicized. I learned a long time ago, Alan, you may or may not believe this, but I've been able to look
You
at
learned something?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
So it might be more believable if I said I've done this recently, but many, many years ago, I've had the ability to look in the mirror and go, you know what? I'm more part of the problem than I am part of the solution. And that doesn't mean I immediately fixed myself, but like I took those moments to self-actualize. Yeah, it's okay. I knew it would be hard for you to hear that.
I just look at my mirror and say,
But some people don't do that shit.
people
at all.
like me.
Make you feel better about your life.
I'm smart enough.
I'm smart enough.
I'm handsome
You
enough.
is smart.
Gosh darn it.
You is
People like
fine.
me.
You is important.
Yeah. She said, one way or another, I'm going to get you. I'm gonna
One way
or
or
another,
another,
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna
One way or
another.
We're gonna butcher.
But sure, this song.
When you don't know the lyrics, every song turns into a Pearl Jam
Yeah,
song.
exactly. Just start singing vowels.
Yeah.
And it's going to go to the two rivers with our good friend Ordeeth, Pat and Fane. And
Two withers. You heard right, withers.
Two withers.
He said withers.
give me that.
So here's the
With-
thing.
Rivers.
With
Here's the thing though, like, why? It's the two rivers. First and foremost, prediction: two river folk
'Cause they're be
have
dark
more
friend.
grit than what they really like went in there for. And the two river folk are going to show them what's
More
up.
so than two river folk even know.
Yeah, I think they're all going to channel like,
No,
"Yeah, you gangster.
can I? Am I?
You gangster.
It
You
depends
bad
on the
news."
crowd. Am I? You know, do
probably
they know
don't.
that?
Man, he ain't
That's
white
what I'm
bread.
saying.
He
Do they
cornbread,
know
man.
that? See,
That's the new Bernice doctor.
here's the thing. I've hinted at this before, but I was told once by somebody with some authority in that community where I went to high school. They were like, "Don't worry, you're good.
You are good.
Black is a feeling, not a color."
It is.
And I felt very welcomed by that. But then it was good coming from him. But then when I went to a different community and they questioned me, and I was like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm good. Black is a feeling, not a color." Let me just say, that's not something you can bestow upon yourself.
Let's just say I get the same reaction from Charlotte.
I learned very quickly that I should have kept that one to myself. And they're gonna stumble into
Or
somebody
maybe
that
Tam has been training the militia.
Ooh, Tam.
Because we haven't had Tam in a minute.
Tam living on the outskirts of town might actually be the dude. That would actually not surprise me. That Tam has in his back pocket an army. Be like, don't worry, Two Rivers.
I got
I
you.
got you.
Let's head to the Misty Mountains or mountains. Of, what is it here? Mountains of Mist, Misty Mountains.
I've got it in your mind.
Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Misty Mountain Hop. Yeah, that's Lord of the Rings. It's Mountain Mist.
What do you think I saw? I've never heard that song.
Never.
So he goes to Misty Mountain Hop. It's in the mountains. But they've made it to this place, but they finally hit a crossroads. So Alan was doing Old Man River. I was doing Halo. I think Chris was doing a blend of the two. Yeah.
And Pat things like
But
that
right
just
off the bat,
tremendous.
he's
Are
also making
you trying tink shaming?
Tink shame.
Are you trying tink shame right now? I think this is tink shaming.
I'm trying to understand a world where it's okay to justify whacking tinkers. It's,
So like our Shanshan friend shows
So
up.
what was Daenerys then Rand's mom? She's the mother of dragons.
oh
Crossover.
Mind blown! Floating on what?
We're going deep.
That would be some crazy stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. If Martin ripped more Jordan off and like made that thing happen, I'm laughing at her.
151.
151.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chris, God, Chris, slow down, brother.
Good lord. So yes. Oh, okay. I need to update that.
No, it's okay. You don't have to.
Okay.
But I love like literally my favorite program on computer is Excel.
Oh. All right. So, welcome to the spreadsheets.
We can talk like the other day I found
Have you seen my spreadsheets? Dude, check this out. Look at this.
You need to change
Master.
the rating.
Every single our listener goals, how much growth we've had every single month, how much actual listeners we have for the first 3 episodes.
Holy shit! How many tabs do you have on here?
Total. Oh, I got
Exactly.
they go on and on and on. I got tabs.
You hit the
for
plus mark, scroll over.
days. For days.
like
Shit! Holy shit!
so I had built some programs. in the
He's not
computer-
kidding. This is the first time I've seen it, folks.
That's what she said.
I asked to see his tabs, and he went swoop, swoop, swoop. What was that 4 swoops?
That was for sure.
4 swoops.
I had built some
Never in my life.
hellified calculators.
So yeah, also feel free to like, subscribe on the YouTubes. That appreciate that a whole lot. I have more content coming. I already have 3 videos I've recorded that I'm editing that are coming out soon. I'm gonna edit this, put it out. I'm sailing tomorrow with Ian. I'm gonna edit that video, put it out. So
And he has a wife and 2 children.
I have
do
a wife
not
and
know
2
how this
sons.
man
I don't
does it.
sleep. And that's all I got for this week.
In the
So
151.
Until next time.
I'm sorry. That was weak. Peace.